Welcome to Crave the Rave, a naughty podcast for old school ravers who need a fix of the rave. I'm Lady Bizarre.
And I'm Jess the Mess.
On each episode, we'll be reminiscing over hilarious, embarrassing, and downright mental stories from our raver days. Think trippy tales, fezzy fails, and stories from the sesh.
We've seen, heard, and done it all.
And we bet you have too. So join us for a trip down memory lane.
Hello, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Crave the Rave. We're back together for another brilliant episode. Well, we don't know if it's brilliant yet, but hopefully it will be.
Might be.
I'm going to start off by just saying sorry about the noise. I have something going on behind my house where there's a man. I just looked out the window and there's a man, a very large man, on a very small digger. And he's moving from left to right, but it's really annoyingly loud.
No, I can just hear it a little bit, but you sent me a video and I honestly was laughing for about 5 minutes. I had to contain myself.
He's not fat, he's just a very large man on a really small, tiny digger. It's a digger that goes in the he's like in the front garden, so imagine it's such a small digger, but he's on it and he's moving from left to right and it's really noisy, so I'm sorry if the microphones has picked that up.
The reason I was laughing is because it really looks like he's on one of those buckaroo like rodeo horses where he's trying to hold on. Literally that. But we are back. Do you know what's so cute, right? We've actually had some people message us saying, can they have an update on our lives and what we've been up to and how was field day and stuff like that. And can I just say, the thought of you humans out there listening to us and enjoying what we're saying is just the cutest little thing I could ever imagine. So You sound...
it's cute.
Cute. It is nice. It also sounds, I don't know, it's a bit weird saying like, oh, you're so cute.
Well, human beings are quite cute though, aren't they? Like, if you think about it, like, the fact they have little duvets. Do you know what I mean? That's quite cute, isn't it? You get under a duvet. Or, like, just the fact that they hug. Human beings hug. Do other animals or species hug?
I don't know, you have that little, whatchamacallem, the kangaroos get inside the pouches.
The pouch that Joey gets inside the pouch. Yeah, but I mean, like, grown-ups, like adults, they put their bodies against another body and squeeze. And it releases serotonin. Apparently a hug needs to be 20 seconds to get the serotonin out. But I think a hugger that hugs for 20 seconds is a bit awkward.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
I mean, unless it's like a real loved one. But even then, it's a bit... 20 seconds is quite long. I sometimes try and do it with Baby D just to, like, get my serotonin up. She gives up after about 5 seconds and I'm there just squeezing away, trying to get my serotonin up.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I do think human beings are cute, and I do think it's so cute that we've had such good feedback from the pod. So everybody that ever messages us, we love it. Yes, we are back today to do a
update?
Follow-up. Yeah, follow-up.
A follow-up. Yes. So go on then, how was field day? Because I've also been away on my work trip, so I actually haven't got to ask you. I know you said you had a good time, but like tell me everything.
Well, that's the thing nowadays. Now that we do the pod, we save everything for the pod, don't we? So I haven't actually spoken to you about it. But yeah, it was really, really good. So this year, we're not doing Glastonbury. So Ash and I were like, right, we've got to get a rave in. We've got to do one a year. Like, so bloody domesticated now that we only get a chance to do, like, you know, one big sesh. So we chose field day. It's close. I talked about that in the last episode, how it's in Brockwell Park.
Day festival, right?
It's a day festival, so you don't miss a night's sleep. You know, that's why we chose it. The lineup was really good. It was perfect for us. It was brilliant.
Okay, and I know we were chatting about what you were going to wear on the last episode. So tell me, what did you wear?
Well, I rushed out in the morning to try and find something because I haven't been raving in so fucking long. Like, I actually was like, fuck, I've got nothing to wear. Obviously, I'm not going to wear the bloody flamboyant. What's the word? Flamboyant outfit that I was talking about in the last episode about the jumpsuit. Like, I'm not going to wear something like that.
Why?
It's techno. You've got to wear black. You've got to be cool, man. So I went out and I panicked bought. First of all, I'd like to say to H&M, why is everything a crop top? Like, literally, everything is a fucking crop top. So I actually tried on about 3 crop tops and I was like, my belly is too white. My belly is too large. It's so white, it's see-through. I cannot be getting this out in public. So I bought a pair of black trousers, got them back, put it on, and I just didn't feel right. Where I just like panic bought something, it wasn't right. And I hum hard about it. And then I thought, do you know what? In a world of black, which is techno heads, you know, I actually like that look. But in a world of black, I'm going to go techno colour. And so I have a top which has multicoloured hearts all over and pink trousers. And I wore that. And the amount of compliments I got was amazing.
Really?
Somebody said I look like a cupcake, which I totally agree. I look like a cupcake with sprinkles. And someone else said I look like I should be selling pills. Completely agree. And it just came, I thought, yeah, this is the vibe I'm going for. Technicolor girl. I could be selling pills and cupcakes. But I wasn't selling either. But yeah. So I was really bright coloured. World of people in black.
Nice.
So I think I did well. The weather forecast said that there was a chance of rain. So I took with me a sensible rain mat and I had to carry it all day because it was gorgeous weather. It was lovely. Right at the end, as we were leaving, like the cattle being exited out of the bloody festival.
Yeah.
A couple of spots of rain came down. I thought, oh, thank God.
Oh, good.
I've carried this fucking jacket round all day. At least now I get to put it on.
Okay, good.
So I put it on and I was walking around quite smug with myself at that point. But to be honest, yeah, the weather was banging. I didn't need a rain jacket. I could have lived without it.
Yeah, that would have been me with like 17 jackets, not wearing any of them. So it was good. What about like the music?
Music was so good. So I don't ever know who I went to see, do I? I know we went to see Fatima Yamaha and I thought I've always thought that was a woman.
Is it not?
No, it's a man. I was like, is that her? Then I was like, oh, it's a he. And then Ashley was like, yeah, it's a he.
Oh my God.
I just know the tune, What a Girl to Do.
Yeah.
And then also Fatima. I thought Fatima is it even pronounced Fatima? I don't know. I don't know the basis of why Fatima. Why? Yeah, but that's even more feminine. Why he's called Fatima Yamaha? Maybe it is a multi-sex.
What is the word?
No, a unisex name.
Unisex
name. So I saw him. Didn't play the one song that I knew.
No. Any good though?
Yeah, techno's techno, isn't it? Really? No, it was good. It was good.
You're not allowed to say that.
And then I know. And then we went to like the Red Bull bit, and they're playing drum and bass. So I ran over, jumped on top of a podium, dancing to the drum and bass. The girl next to me gave me a big long twos of a cigarette, and I thought, I don't even smoke, but now is the time to start. So I grabbed the fag out of her hand and she gave it to me, and I was on the podium dancing. And it was all the cheesy tunes. It was all the tunes that we hear 5 billion times in drum and bass, but they're just so uplifting and so fun. Fucking Ashley was like, nah, we've heard him, dead, we've heard it. He walked off. I'm turning around to strangers as though they know him and me going, oh, he likes his techno, he does. Oh, off he goes, he's like his techno. I just stayed on the podium having it. And then it turned into bashment and I was like, okay, no, I'm all right here. And I quickly chased after Ashley. And then we made loads of new friends, you can imagine. I've got a fucking issue that is annoying that when I'm drunk or fucked, I just always buy everyone's drinks. And like, I haven't got the money to be buying the drinks. The drinks were extortionate. Like,
I can imagine.
I'm used to London prices. I'm used to, I'm not going to think a day festival is going to be cheap. But, oh my God, a beer was £8.50, £9.
Like a little can.
Like, it was like, whoa. Oh, I still went round and bought loads of strangers' drinks, didn't I? Yeah. It's fucking annoying. I don't know why I do that. And, yeah, and then like it was really good. What else did we do? Yeah, we made friends with these like 52-year-old women. They were really sweet, really fun. I was just chewing their ears off, really. One of them hadn't had any K for about 10 years and she had a bump. And the next day I woke up, I thought, God, I hope she was all right. I don't know what state she was leaving us in, but she looked a bit worried as she walked off. They were there to see Jungle. And then it ended with Peggy Goo.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. Which was all right, a bit naff for me, but
I
it
don't
was
really
good.
rate her that much.
No,
a bit
it was all right. I
commercial.
mean, it was good because it's like live music. It's the last act of the night sort of thing. So it was like, you're going to enjoy it. And we did. And then we left and they heard you through the park away from the train station that we needed to go to. So my cousins who we were with, they'd already left. And luckily, this is so sweet. They were literally at a house party, honestly, a 5-minute walk from the gate that you all leave. So we were like, why would we not go? Like the amount of time it's going to take for us. You can't get an Uber from at that time because it's fucking heaving.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 25-minute walk back round to the train station that we need to go to, which by that time we've missed our last train. So we were like, sweet, let's go to the after party. Went to the after party, really nice house, really chill, really good. Didn't do a shop run, which is good. Didn't spend loads of money on shit. There wasn't much to drink either, so we didn't go back and like plough through it. Didn't call anybody for another drop off. So that meant that actually it got to about 2:33. Then we got the Uber, got back into bed for 3. So overall, pretty tame compared to what we used to do.
Yeah.
But we still had the fun of actually having a session, chatting the bollocks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We had all that, you know what I mean? So no, it was honestly so much fun.
So what time did it actually finish then? If you'd missed your last train?
About 11:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they normally finish at 10.
So by the time we came out, if we'd gone, there was only like one train an hour for the last 2 hours or something. So like, if you'd walked all the way back round, we would have probably missed that last train. So it's like, oh fuck it, we must go to the after party then. But listen to this. So I can't remember the DJ, Mo Selector.
Yeah, that's a DJ.
Yeah, basically,
I think.
I think Mo Selector.
I
think Mo Selector. Anyway, so we're in one of the tents, and it's pure. They're like German or Dutch, like DJs, like they're doing their German Dutch DJing, like you can imagine, like.
What are you trying to say?
You know that German techno that's like pretty full on. You know, Berghain vibes of like
an industrial,
douche, douche, and then ding ding ding. I don't really like it when the techno. Ashley loves it, like Ben UFO vibes, where it's like tonk clink tonk clink tonk tonk ding tonk.
Oh
you know
no!
That? It goes into that. It's not
I don't
melodic
like that.
anymore. Yeah, it's not melodic anymore.
For me, that's like too much like your head's being put in a blender.
I don't like it. Ashley loves that, and there's people in the crowd fucking loving that. Anyway, we went to this, because bloody Ashley, who now I've got suspicions doesn't like drum and bass, but he won't ever admit that.
Really?
Yeah, and
he used to be the fattest drum and bass head ever.
I mean, he's carried around 5,000 fucking old drum and bass things, records with him his whole life, and not even any shirts or pants. But anyway, I'm now suspicious that he doesn't like drum and bass, which he'll never admit to, and he doesn't listen to the podcast because he said he lives the podcast. But anyway, we're there. So I'm at the front of this bloody tent, right? This guy's doing the binky bonky dark techno shit, yeah. And I'm pretty licked at this point, like I'm fucked, yeah. And I'm like, sort of bouncing left and right. First of all, this girl comes up to me and goes, in an accent. Sorry, I shouldn't really do an accent, but it just adds to the character. You in or you out? Right? And I was like, oh? You in or you out? And I was like, oh, I'm in. I think I was agreeing to being in the tent dancing. I'm not really sure. But I just sort of like had my eyes closed for a moment, opened them, and there's a girl literally in my face. You in or you out? So I was like, okay, cool, right. Anyway, then I'm dancing away, and then the DJ gets off the stage and has a bottle of Grey Goose and a cup, and he comes over to me in the crowd. I'm at the front, but I'm not. There's like a bit of a gap between me and the barrier, but there's loads of people there.
Yeah.
Comes over to me and says, and holds the bottle of vodka up, and then I'm like, yeah. I'm away with the fairies, but I'm like, yeah. And he pours me a shot of straight vodka and hands it to me. And like, obviously I down the vodka. Doesn't do it to anybody else. Ashley didn't even fucking see it. When I told him afterwards, he was like, really? I was like, yeah, I swear to God, the DJ got down off the booth, came over to me, gave me a big glug of fucking Grey Goose, and I downed it. And at that point, like, it was like it was literally like strong hairspray because I hadn't really had a drink now for a while because we've been dancing and we're getting on it and I'm fucked and the taste of it in my mouth was revolting, but I also thought fuck it, like add it to the mix of everything else in my body right now. But afterwards I was like, did that actually fucking happen? Did the DJ get off the stage? I swear to God it did.
But is that what the girl was saying you in or you're out about?
No, completely no, not linked at all. Not linked at all. Just really fucking random.
That is hilarious. Oh my God.
Isn't it? I got back to when I got to the after party, I was like, sorry, the DJ came down off the booth and gave me a shot of vodka. And they were like, what? And I was like, not booth, you're not on a booth, are you? You're in a stage. But you know what I mean? He got down off the stage and gave me a shot of vodka.
Yeah.
So if anyone else went to field day and that happened to them, can you let us know? Because I swear to God, I'm now wondering if I imagined it.
It sounds like you were having a field day, mate.
I was having a field day. No, I had a really good time. It was just what we needed. I'm not in a rush to do it again. It was a bank holiday, so we had a couple of days to get over it. But that was my yearly thing done. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather go all out in one day and really go for it and have it than try and do it again. Like really, I haven't got it in me to do it again for a while.
That's
but
fair.
yeah, it was really, really good.
By the way, you know, I just said about like field day. Do you know whether, have you ever clocked that it's called field day and then there's that phrase like having a field day?
No, I've never actually clocked that before.
Having a field day, yeah. Do you know where that saying actually comes from?
No.
It's military terminology. And so like the soldiers, a field day is a day then you're not having to do your normal responsibilities and where you can be free or like practice your skills or like, yeah, just basically free from your normal responsibilities.
That's interesting.
So that's why it's called a field day.
That's interesting. Well, I did have a field day. It was a field day. It was really good. What I thought was weird though is like as you're like basically leaving or like the next day, you get an email, tickets for 2026 are on sale. I thought, who the fuck is buying a ticket today for next year? Even if you had the time of your fucking life and it was the best experience of your life, right? Who's getting a ticket for next year?
I think quite a few people do it, especially if they've never been to something like that, baby. I think they do it. That's when they catch you while the iron's hot. Yeah, I think so. Probably not like loads and loads, but I think there's going to be a chunk of people that while they're on the high of having a great time, and it's early bird, saying, "Oh, I'm going to get it now."
I don't think it was many people's first day rave. Like, it was I was a bit worried that we might feel really old, but
what was the crowd like?
Yeah, they were all quite what you imagine, like quite posh middle class techno heads, really. Right. We hung around with the 50-year-old sort of like hippie women that have been through it all, because they got residence tickets because they live so close, so they just came down. So we hung out with them for a bit. But everyone we met was so nice. But they were younger than us, but not by loads. I'd say they were like 30s. You know, just no responsibility with kids, really. But we didn't feel that old overall. We were the older side of the crowd, but we weren't mega old.
Yeah.
And what I loved was I'd tell people my age and they literally were like floored. They couldn't believe how old we were. But, you know.
Nice.
Because we looked so young.
Of course. What I'm curious about is, did you ask those local ladies that had the residence pass about the people that are complaining that are other residents around? Did you speak to them about that? The people that want to shut that festival down?
Yeah, of course I did. But they were just agreeing with me. They were saying it's ridiculous. But they just laughed, but I just kept making jokes. I was like cracking them up. I was like making jokes about how they were the residents that weren't complaining and so forth.
The fun ones, the non-Karens.
Yeah, but no, they were really nice. When I told them about the podcast, they said they only listened to radio.
Really?
So, mind you, I don't know what they were doing at field day then. They must have just been up for anything because if they only listen to the radio, they're not going to hear that much techno on the radio. Anyway, they were there. They were in a good time. We had a good time with them.
But wait, how do they get the tickets? Like, what do you mean the other person? Is it like a ballot? Like just like luck? Or
so
what?
one of them had left, they both used to live in Brixton.
Yeah.
One of them had left. The residents it's like a ballot. The residents get tickets.
But not all of them do.
No, not all of them do. No, you can apply for it. And if you get a ticket, you get a ticket. You get 2 tickets.
Oh, right. Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay. And so I'm curious as well, like how busy was it?
So we got there fairly early because we thought let's make the most of it. We got there like 2ish. And we went, it wasn't busy at the beginning at all. And then we went to see somebody, and as we came out, it was heaving.
What, the tent?
But to be fair, the numbers were kept at quite a nice... I don't think they hadn't sold out, and the numbers were quite good. Like, you didn't feel it was too busy, but I just looked around at one point and thought, whoa. But you know, you were asking me, do they do day festivals well now?
Yeah.
Mate, it was done so well. I felt like we were at a festival. Like, as it got dark, it must have got dark about 9 o'clock, 8:30, I actually felt like we were at a proper festival. It really had the vibe of one. Like, you know, that first night of a festival and it's really energetic and everyone's like, ah. Like, it was like that. It really had that feel to it. It was done really well. It gave me a fix of a festival for sure.
Like, when I'm thinking about festivals, I'm thinking about elements like, yeah, of course, the vibe, but like entertainment, like things outside of just being moved from one like tent to another, you know, maybe like fairy lights, like other things to kind of satisfy the senses. Was there any of that?
Yeah. They had that. They didn't have so much like other entertainment as such. You were going from one stage, it was like a stage or a tent, or there was like little bits of entertainment around, sort of like music boxes, like bumps, little stages around as well, if you know what I mean, that might be sponsored by something. But they had that going on. But they had made it really special with all the flags and the fairy lights, and it had the vibe of a festival. They done really well. It was really, really good.
Oh, that's good.
My cousins didn't enjoy it that much, but they're not really into techno.
Oh, they didn't?
So I think if you weren't into the music, then yeah, you're not going to enjoy it that much. Plus, they were in a group of like 15 people, and we hung out with them at the beginning, but then I was like, well, we're never going to fucking get anywhere. All we did was wait for people to go to the toilet. So we ducked off, and then we were really glad that we did. And then, because later on when we're like, where are you guys? They're like, oh, we left, we weren't really feeling it. But they weren't feeling it because there was so many of them. They couldn't just go and dance.
Yeah. That's when it gets too much. You can't get anywhere because you're just like, someone always wants to stop and go for a drink. Someone needs the toilet. You've lost someone. You're waiting for someone all the time. People want to go in different directions. It's actually pointless. You need a smaller group than that.
Well, that was the thing. And we were like, me and Ashley were like, if we're not feeling this music anymore, we could just go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was enough things going on. There was loads of things going on.
Yeah.
You just had to go and explore. It's big. It's a massive site.
So what
it was
about...
honestly done so well.
That's good. What about like queuing? That's why I was curious about how busy it was. Like queuing to the tokens wasn't a thing. Wasn't bad.
Wasn't tokens. Pay at the bar.
Good.
Card only.
Okay, fair enough.
So that stops the token bullshit, doesn't it? Because you're paying on cards.
Yeah.
No one can steal. Not really big queues either.
Nice.
I just couldn't believe the price when they told me them, but I was like, oh well, what do you expect? Do you know what I mean? But
standard.
They were expensive.
Yeah. Well,
even the bar staff were like, oh, sorry. I was like,
not their fault. Yeah. No, I was just curious as well because like I saw this week in the news about Emily Eavis, who I now know who she is. Remember earlier in the podcast, you were like, Emily Eavis. I was like, who? But yeah. Talking about how they sold a few thousand fewer tickets this year for Glastonbury because obviously, as we were chatting about last time, you were even saying it was just too many people. Yeah,
I saw that as well, and I was actually saying it to Ashley about how like that is so needed at Glastonbury. Like, you don't feel unsafe at Glastonbury, but it is very, very busy going through some of the one-way systems when a stage empties out, or, you know, as like I was saying on the pod, on the Glastonbury episode, how like everyone wants to go and rave at the end. Like, no matter if you're into rave music or not, you've finished all the big stages, you're going to go to the ravey areas and they're heaving. Like, you're being shuffled along. And so to hear that she sold, well, she said a few thousand less, didn't she? So what's that, 4,000 or 5,000? Hopefully that makes a difference. But I was even thinking about like how the camping is so cramped at Glastonbury. Like, I'm hoping that, I wish I was going, but I was hoping that like the people that are going will feel it because they can't carry on with those numbers. It does make it unbearable.
No, it's too much.
And you know, I saw somebody going, oh, it's because it's unsafe. I've never felt unsafe at Glastonbury because the crowd's nice and whatever. But you never know. And I did just watch a documentary on Astro World, which is Travis Scott's festival, which ended in disaster because of crushing. And it made me think, oh, God, if I was at Glastonbury this year, I would be quite conscious of it. So to hear that she sold less is really good.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to hear how people's experience of Glastonbury is this year. Also, they've got a year off
Yeah.
next year, haven't they? So even if we do want to go, we're going to have to wait a couple more years.
Well, I'm hoping that we go the following one.
Yeah,
So.
I'll be down.
We'll start asking the universe now. But anyway, that's enough about me. How's things with you? Because I also haven't had a massive catch up with you. And you've been out and about around Europe. What's been going on, Gil?
Oh, mate, yeah. I literally got back yesterday from my 24-day trip on the road as a trip leader, as a tour leader, with a group of 46 people on a coach traveling around Europe. And I knew it was going to be challenging. Like, I knew navigating the needs and the desires of that many different people was always going to be hard.
Yeah.
And it was even harder than I could have imagined. Like, really, it was just tough. Like, I enjoyed it, but like the amount of like admin and navigating like customer service and having to just stay patient and calm when you are getting pounded with like complaints about the, in my eyes, most, I don't want to say ridiculous things because it's all subjective, right? But
like what?
It was just relentless. Like what? Well, it was just things like, it was okay. So it was basic stuff like it was constantly, too hot, too cold.
Wait, they complained to you about being too hot or too cold?
Well, aircon wasn't good enough, or there wasn't
Right.
aircon in the room. Then, too cold on the coach, so we have to adjust the temperature. People at the front are too hot, the people at the back are too cold.
But I do feel like you're the sort of person that moans about being too hot or too cold, normally.
Yeah, I would probably also want to have the right temperature for myself, yeah. Yeah, like too hot, too cold, too much, too little, too... I don't know, food's not good enough.
Okay.
Food's too expensive. This, that, the other. There's not enough benches in Europe. The cups are too small at dinner. No kettle in the room, which I know you said was a big deal. I wasn't aware that was that big of a deal to not have a kettle in the hotel room because I don't drink tea or coffee. So for me, I was like, okay, yeah, we can speak to reception, see if we can get you a kettle. Usually there'd be an alternative. Maybe the bar or the kitchen could provide hot water on demand, but yeah, like it was just non-stop, really. So yeah, that my job is to obviously listen and meet them where they are and patiently support them in whatever they need, whether it's midnight,
Oh, fuck that.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. We got to do 15 countries in 22 days really on the road, but 24 days in total the trip was. It's just a lot, like dealing with that many humans. You get to see like the you just see how interesting human beings are, really.
Were there any moments that you were like, I can't do this?
You know what? No, but there were a few moments where I just wanted to scream and just towards the end I got quite like frustrated and just was just like, I am done. But
I don't know how you did
at
it.
the same time, no one saw me
Well
like
done.
that. Like that was just little sort of like, rah! Yeah,
That was just in your bedroom on your own. You're annoying fucking tourist.
Yeah, but I mean, there were some good moments too. Like we did like a river cruise along the Danube in Budapest, which was beautiful, and there was a lot of booze flowing that night, and so I ended up walking out of there with a bottle. All the wine on the tables was ours, and I was trying to be professional, but at the same time I was really enjoying this white wine, so I ended up like walking out with a bottle myself, and the other guys had bottles, and we were on the coach back, and when it's dark outside and you're on the coach, the lights automatically come up and they're like the blue neon lights. And so we're on the coach and it's like kind of dark with the blue neon lights. And then I was playing music, doing requests for people, doing what we call karaoke, but on the coach.
What sort of requests did they ask for?
Oh, Living on a Prayer,
Oh, good one.
very classic. Like, what else did we have? Aretha Franklin, like different, I don't even know. I can't even remember.
Did you suggest any?
I had to do the music the entire trip, and I was just like, None of it was my type of music.
Because I'm asking that because I know what you're like. I don't reckon you're that good at like matching the music to their age group.
No, what I had to do was I looked at songs that went down well and then used, thank God, Spotify's algorithm and like radio to use that. And then obviously there were songs I knew, but I would never on my own been able to come up with them.
Yeah.
When there was the list, I was like, oh yeah, great.
Yeah, sweet.
Things like Fleetwood Mac and like, the stuff that
I can just never imagine you playing like Fleetwood Mac off your own back. Oh.
What?
Fleetwood Mac off your own back.
Oh, it rhymes, yeah. I was like, what? You're like, oh.
Sorry, I found that really funny.
Yeah. No, so I luckily was able to cheat through the magic of Spotify's AI and algorithm. But so like we did that, and then at one point like the lights are up and we're singing that, and I'm literally like swigging straight out of a bottle of white wine in the aisle, like dancing up and down, and people are cheering and videoing.
Is that allowed?
Well, it was the one time that I got loose, and I wasn't even like that. It was just.
And then did they tell you to put your clothes back on and sit back down?
No, you fucking idiot. No, I was like fully clothed. I did wake up the next day. I was like, was that inappropriate? Like, I was definitely drinking from a bottle of wine in the aisles. But I think everyone was kind of quite happy to have a bit of a more chill atmosphere.
What, that was chill?
No, like as in like relaxed, let loose, because the whole trip is basically me being a fucking tyrant, being like, okay, we've got 5 minutes, go pee, get back on the bus, go, we gotta get on, we gotta go. Like, it's just, I'm constantly like ushering them places. So just to be able to just see a different side of me where I'm just like having like, I don't know, it's just like less of like the head teacher and more of like the let loose student, I think was probably quite good for the atmosphere. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll get some complaints.
Oh, well done, you've done amazingly well.
Thanks. Do you know what actually got me through the whole thing though?
Yeah.
Beer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something far more amazing than that. Beer,
yeah. No, beer. Because we went to like Germany and Austria and Hungary and Belgium, and these are places with fantastic beer, and I like an IPA and like a good India Pale Ale. And I couldn't have a whole pint ever because I knew I was going to get back on the coach, and it would be excruciatingly bad to need that much liquid to exit the body while in the coach when we have like 2 hours. I don't know why I put it like that. That was really
so
weird.
To piss.
To piss, yeah. I don't actually know why I said it like that. I would need to piss basically, and it would be really, really painful. So I only have a half pint, but just those little. Yeah, to need a pee for 2 hours and not be able to go.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You should get the mop bucket out.
I did 3 bushwees during the tour. No one saw.
Oh, my God. Fucking hell. You've changed. You've gone crazy.
No, that's exactly me. That's literally just me.
I want to know a question. I want to know something. Every time all the tourists got back on the bus, did they all run for the back seat?
No, I had a seat rotation policy. So you had to go 2 seats clockwise basically every day. And they stuck to it apart from 3/4 through the way when there was some disagreement. And then I had to remind everyone about the seat rotation because people fell out over it. Yeah. And then there was another...
I thought you meant they fell out the seats.
No. But then I also had to one day deal with a passenger saying... fuck off to another passenger, and then they were all very upset and they had a big fallout, and I had to speak on the microphone the next day about treating each other with respect and kindness.
So what did you say? Can you show me your spiel?
Oh, it was great.
Okay, imagine I'm the person. Okay, so I've gone, fuck off. That's my seat. I love the middle back row. Fuck off. I don't care that Lara said that. I'm going to sit here. And then, Lara, what would you say?
I would say, okay, guys, look, I know that, like, we're day 19 now of a long trip. We're all feeling quite tired and sometimes we're frustrated. I just really want to remind you guys, we are a family. We're traveling as a unit, just to, try and be, continue to be respectful and kind to each other so we can all really get the most out of this holiday and this experience.
But I don't care. I love this seat. I like seeing everything and I like being in the middle. They're not my family. I've just met them 12 days ago, I'm in the middle seat, Lara.
Well, it's day 19, so yeah. 12 days ago. But okay. Yeah. Okay, listen. We have a seat policy in place for a reason, and that is so that it's really fair for everyone, right? So I totally understand that you like that seat and you really enjoy the view from that seat. And, you know, we just need to keep it fair for everyone. So I'd really appreciate it if you could stick to that policy. And, you know, if there's somebody else that's willing to move, you know, and they want to swap with you, then okay. But I think the best thing for now is just to keep the seat rotation going. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you're
God.
very good, aren't you? Very professional. Very good.
Fuck, I did not know you were going to put me on the spot like that. That was nerve-wracking.
We should have done more role play before you went because you were really nervous about it. Maybe before your next one, I'll go around telling people to fuck off and do things. And you can put me in my place like you did. Very good.
So many things happen that I could not have ever planned for.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, I expect the unexpected.
Oh, well, welcome home. Well done. You did amazingly well.
Thank you so much. Oh, and also another funny thing that happened was, you know, we were talking about overcrowding and too many people. At the beginning of the trip, there was the breakfast when we were in Paris, and there was, and I do understand complaining about this, there was nearly a 30-minute wait just standing in the line to get breakfast, like to get to even reach the breakfast buffet, because there was 3 coaches there waiting at the same time, and then you had to boil your own eggs, and so like that was what was also slowing down the process.
Shut up. What, this is an actual hotel that's used to having coaches,
Yeah.
And they had to boil their own eggs.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it that way. You put your egg in the little like machine kind of, or like, you know, like in the boiling water, literally in a little rack. And then, so I was going across obviously in front of the queue, like, who wants eggs? I'm going to put them in now. So you then, because otherwise it's so dumb. You queue, and then when you reach the machine, then you put it in, and then you got to wait for the egg to boil. So I was like, there was a lot of times that I was handing out dishes in restaurants to speed it up. Like I was a toilet assistant many times, helping them use the turnstile for the toilets, because that was a complication when you have to pay for toilets. That was another thing, like people aren't used to paying for toilets typically, and a lot of the places we went to you had to pay to use the toilet, so that was another thing I had to navigate. It's not wrong, it's just different. It is kind of the slogan.
Oh, you have got the spiel.
Oh yeah, well, a tour leader friend of mine, I've got to shout out John, because he was the one that my friend John, who's also a tour leader, he was the one that gave me that line, and I like it a lot. It's not wrong, it's just different.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I would have actually prefer cooking my own eggs, because no matter where I am, whatever environment I am, the poshest place in the world to the crappiest calf, when I ask for eggs to be well done, they never come out well done. I literally make a big old thing about it. I say to the waitress, I know your chef's not going to like this, but I can't have my eggs
runny,
underdone. I can't have them runny at all. I need them to be really, 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 really hard as they could possibly be. Almost to the point where they'd think, no, that's too hard. No, that's not too hard. That's how I want my eggs. I say it every time. I make it into a big hoo-ha. I make it into a joke, but I'm being fucking serious, right? Every time the eggs come out runny, I've sent them back. The eggs are coming out runny again. And then after twice, I think, right, I'll eat the white bit of the egg and I'm not paying for my fucking meal. Every single time there's something where people cannot cook hard eggs. I would imagine hard eggs are easier to cook than fucking runny eggs, but not when you go out for brunch or a restaurant round here. Nope. So I probably would have waited 30 minutes. I would have been happy for that. 40 minutes even if it meant I got a hard egg.
Right, okay. I actually didn't know that about you.
Did you not?
I mean, I might have heard you talk about it before. You know, my memory span isn't that great.
Oh, I can't stand runny eggs. I hate them. I like eggs, but only hard done. Anyway, well, I'm glad you're home, and I'm glad that it went well for you, and well done. That's a real achievement to take nearly 50 people out around Europe, and you've not even been there before, some of the places. So you should be super proud of yourself.
Thank you, my love. Thank you very much. I'm proud. I'm glad I done it. I survived.
Did you see the article I sent you about the new colour?
Oh, yeah, you sent it to me while I was away, but obviously I didn't get a chance to properly read it. Tell me more about it.
So basically, scientists have invented a new colour, right? I swear on my life this is true. They've invented a new colour, which they've called, I think they called it Olu. My dyslexic brain can't, O-L-O or something? Olu, right?
Olu, okay.
And they've said the colour is like a greeny blue colour. And I think you can only see it if you've got like, I don't know, your retina's taken out or something. There's some,
What?
You can only see it with a, like, I don't know, if your lens is bent, or only a very small fraction of people that can see this colour. But it's a new colour that's been found, right? And it's meant to be listed like greeny, acry blue. Lara, I swear on my life, right? I swear to God, not that long ago, but I can't remember where, either Glastonbury or maybe Secret Garden Party the last time we went, something like that. I saw this colour when I was tripping balls. And I said to the people who I was with, which is annoying because whoever they are, I've even forgotten who they are, and they've definitely forgotten of this conversation. I said, I've seen a new colour, right? I'm seeing a new colour, and it's a greeny blue colour. And
that's crazy.
I've seen it. And then basically in the article, it says scientists have discovered this new colour and only a small amount of people have seen it, and blah, 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 blah. They've called it Ulu or something like that. Ulu, something like that, yeah? Mm-hmm. I look at the comments underneath it and I'm thinking, oh my fucking God, I've seen that colour. I know what that colour is because I've tripped fucking balls and I've seen it. I look at all the comments of people going, yeah, you see that colour when you're tripping. Yeah. Oh, they must be tripping. Oh, yeah, you tripping again. And I thought, oh my God. I did see that colour when I was tripping. And it is a thing.
Oh my God. That's actually crazy. I want to see it.
But you don't trip like I do. You don't actually like see the visuals like I do you really?
I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. I mean, I have done mushrooms and sat with ayahuasca, which is probably the most psychedelic thing you could ever imagine.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I've really done ayahuasca.
I have, and it's the most psychedelic thing you could ever imagine.
We know you have, but you don't trip. You didn't tell me that you saw things.
Are you joking? Oh my God. It's like literally the entire world became fractal. Yeah, it's completely psychedelic.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you've seen Ulu then.
It looks a little bit to me what I'm imagining. I haven't actually seen the article. I don't know what colour. You can't obviously see. There's no colour in the article because you can't imagine it. But
you can't see the colour exactly.
Is it kind of? Is there almost a tinge of like yellow in it as well, or not really?
I think so. It's like a real acry, greeny, bluey, yellowy vibes. Yeah, I think it can be. But I just remember
hazel energy.
No, more brighter, bluey. But I just remember thinking, I've never seen that colour before.
Wow.
That's a new fucking colour. I remember having that thought. I can't remember as much of what the colour was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember having that thought. That's not turquoise. That is a new colour.
You can't imagine it unless you see it because you can't imagine a new colour.
How can you explain it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, when I read the comments, I thought, oh, there's other people out there like me. And I'm not making this up.
That's crazy.
But was I making up that the man gave me a shot, came down off the stage and gave me a shot of vodka? We'll never fucking know. Well, maybe we will. Maybe one of the listeners was there and saw it happen. Who knows?
Okay, yeah. So that's our question for the listeners today. If you were at Field Day this year, did you see a DJ handing out random shots of Grey Goose? This is Mo Selector, was it? Did something like that go down? Was there Grey Goose being handed out to a weird blonde girl at the front, maybe? Did you get handed a random shot of Grey Goose? Or have you witnessed a new colour? Maybe you were tripping. Maybe you're just a psychedelic being. But whatever it is, we want to know if you have seen this brand new colour.
Yeah, I want to know. Anyone else out there?
All right, Jess, well, I think that's a good place to end this episode, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon, my love. Anything else to add?
No. Thanks for listening, everybody. It's always been fun, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
It's always been fun.
Bye.
Bye.